Okay, welcome to lecture 4 of this week on native tokens and minting. And yeah, we took a big step in the previous lecture where we actually went through the entire process of writing on-chain minting policy, compiling it, and then actually also have the off-chain code that would construct the minting transaction and actually mint the token. But it was a very simple policy. And yeah, now we want to just see a bit what else we could do there and have a slightly more involved minting logic. And the idea here is that basically, while previously anyone could mint any token name and any amount, now we want to restrict it to the token, or like the policy basically having a specific owner, so that only this owner can mint from this policy. So he or she can still mint whatever he wants and how much, but it's restricted to that kind of central administrator. So you could, in a very remote sense, think of it as, you know, what happens in fiat currency. There's maybe the central bank that prints the money. And so here the owner could print tokens under this policy. Yeah, so basically the workflow is the same as before, right? We would have a on-chain minting policy. Let's just have a look at the one we're interested in here, which is this signed one. As before, you can see we have a validator. Actually, this time we have a third argument here, which is the pub key hash of the owner. Note that this is not a datum again, so minting policies don't have datum, but it would be a parameter of the validator. So basically each time you compile the validator, you would compile it with a certain pub key hash that is the owner, and you would get a different contract. Basically, yeah, which makes sense, because then you have one minting, one policy ID for each sort of currency owned by a different owner. And what we check here is this, just again, this minting purpose. So you want to make sure that the script is actually intended for minting, which we had already done before. And we add one more check, which is just a very simple one. Namely, we take this pub key hash and we check that it's in the signatures that are given to us as part of the script context. Yeah, so note again, we have, as in the spending smart contracts, we have kind of the whole script context. So we really have the full range of things we can check in our smart contract. Okay, so this is what the on-chain code looks like. And now let's just do what we've done before, basically build the script and run it, see if we can successfully mint a token. So let me just change into the poetry shell. Okay, sorry, this needs to be... Okay, now I'm inside in our environment, and I will cd into the correct directory. And then we simply run again our build script. So this also builds the other contracts in here. So you can see that you will have now also this compilation output, namely the Plutus file and the policy ID, which we will need in the signed directory here. Okay, so let's actually run this script and let Alice mint some tokens that she owns in some sense. So maybe let's quickly also look at this part of the minting off-chain script. I mean, most of it is the same as we saw last lecture, but now important difference here is actually that Okay, so now our script is this signed one. And note that we said that it is like a parameterized validator. So actually, if we want Alice to be the owner, we would need to actually, during the compilation, give Alice's pubkey hash here. And this was actually not done in our build script here. So what we do in this minting script is basically we rebuild the contract, and we provide as parameter Alice's pubkey hash. So this is what happens here. We obtain this pubkey hash of Alice, and basically we build it again and provide it here so that it can be included in the contract. And then this is what we use as our script hash, which will become the policy ID here. Yeah, and the rest is essentially the same as what we've seen before. So I would say we can try to run it. So I'm already in our environment here and in the correct directory. So I will now run this signed, we call the token signed token, let's say, and we use this signed script. And we get the transaction. So this is the transaction ID. Let's maybe quickly have a look at the transaction in the Explorer. Case is already here. Okay, so this takes a moment. Okay, so now the transaction has made it onto the pre-prod testnet chain, and we see it here. And yeah, this essentially looks the same as what we saw before for the free token. Now the token is called signed token, and yeah, the rest is the same as before. And yeah, maybe if you want to verify this a bit more yourself, you can also try to maybe have a different wallet like Bob, and let Bob try to mint a token from this policy, and you will see that you get a script failure. Yeah, I'm not going to do this now, but maybe you can do it as part of a homework to get a bit familiar with the whole process. And that's it for this lecture, and I will see you next time.